Hey guys, what's up? It's Bret, Life on This Planet blog, coming at you with my latest installment of Friday on the Turntable. Just a reminder, if you missed last week's installment, I talked about New Model Army's Thunder and Consolation album. If you missed that, scroll down my videos here and definitely watch that. If you've never heard that album, it is definitely worth your attention, and so you can click on that and check out my little discourse there. So let's get started. Today I'm talking about what I consider just to be a really underrated band who's kind of got started off with their first album 1980, and then by the time this one came out in 1984 their sound evolved a bit, but for the first couple records they were pretty guitar driven. I mean, they had like a six-piece band, but post-punk, and as it evolved into this album, their sound got a bit more polished, poppier, and this is just the apex of just their pop sound. And the band is the Psychedelic Furs, and the album I'm talking about is Mirror Moves. This came out on August 21st of 1984, and it was produced by a guy named Keith Forsey. He did, most notably, he did Billy Idol solo stuff, produced it. He also worked with Simple Minds, Nina Hagen, Giorgio Moroder, all kinds of people. So, yeah, so this is their fourth album, 9 tracks in this one. I'll let you see the track listing there. This is one of those albums that kicks off with just 3 great songs. The Ghost in You, which most of you guys I'm sure know that one. Here Come Cowboys, and Heaven, which is just heavenly. So yeah, let me pull this one out so you guys can see it if you've never seen it. Comes in a nice little colorful sleeve here, and this one is on the red label, Columbia. Richard Butler is the vocalist of Psychedelic Furs, and his brother Tim plays bass, and John Ashton was a guitar player. You know, like I said, for the first couple albums, they were a 6-piece band. By this point, there was just the 3 guys, and then some additional musicians. Right on the tour before this, I know a guy named Ed Bowler, I think it is, played with them, and he later went on to produce Suede. And a guy named Mars Williams plays sax, and the last couple times I've seen the Psychedelic Furs, Mars Williams is still in the band playing sax. Let me see here. The singles on this one, there was 2 singles that were both in both US and UK. The Ghost in You and Heaven were both kind of world singles. And then for the US, Here Come Cowboys was a single, and then in the UK, Heartbeat was a single. So pretty impressive. Out of 9 tracks, 4 of the songs were singles. Why I picked this one as opposed to the other ones? You know, I could have easily picked any of the other Psychedelic Furs albums to feature here, but this was the first one I ever got, and it has a special significance. I just think there's just such an emotion to a lot of most of the songs on here. The Ghost in You is just such an incredible piece of music. And the closing track, High Wire Days, if you guys remember, if you contributed or didn't contribute to my Killer Closing Albums contest, High Wire Days would have been a perfect one for that one. It's kind of similar to like Bowie's Rock and Roll Suicide. It's kind of like fame and the struggles and turmoils of success and stuff. If you've never heard that track before, you know, I'm not really doing it justice with my description right here, but High Wire Days would be a great one to definitely look at, and it's one of those things where, like I discussed in my album closers video, it's great to have the album end with such a strong track because it just ties it up perfectly. Let me see here. So what was I going to say? Yeah, I've seen the Psychedelic Furs a couple times. In fact, they're actually playing tonight here at a casino in Arizona. I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna go. We'll see how the evening progresses. But last time I saw them, I saw them in California at the House of Blues. I don't remember if it was San Diego or if it was in Anaheim. I don't remember, but the Happy Mondays opened for them, and it was killer. And so let me just kind of show you some of the other Psychedelic Furs albums here in the... Oh, yeah, I also wanted to mention, too, John Ashton, the guy who plays guitar in the band, he also did some production work, and he produced the first... he produced Alice, Sisters of Mercy single, the really early one. So a lot of these guys have done a lot of production work as well. Richard Butler went on to form Love Spit Love after Psychedelic Furs kind of took a hiatus in the early 90s. And then his solo album from 2006, and I know I've talked about that before, is phenomenal. One of the best albums of the last 10 years. Phenomenal, Richard Butler. So let me show you some of the other, well, actually the rest of the catalog. This was the first record. It came out in 1980. I think this is the US cover. And that was their first album. The UK version had a red cover, and it had a slightly different track listing. This is Talk, Talk, Talk. This was their second record, and Pretty in Pink. You guys, I'm sure, have heard that one. This is the original version of that one. And then their third album was Forever Now, which was produced by Todd Rundgren. I think there's a different cover of this one as well. This one had Love My Way, which was a huge, huge single. And then, of course, there was Mirror Moves, which I just showed. Then after that came Midnight to Midnight in '87, where they really kind of, I know you can tell by their outfits, they really went for it with the into the MTV look there. But still, this album really gets bagged on a lot. But Heartbreak Beat was a killer single, and All of the Love, Great, Angels Don't Cry are also really cool songs. After that, in '89, they kind of went back to a more guitar approach, more sparse, and that Book of Days came after that. This one didn't really have any big singles on it, but still, I listened to this twice today, really good. And then after that, I don't have it on vinyl, I have it on CD. World Outside came out in '91. I'm always on the lookout for a vinyl edition of that, a vinyl copy of that, but I think it may have only been released European. But and then the band, after that last album in '91, they took a break, and they've been touring since the late '90s, and they have not put out a new album since The World Outside. So we're going on 21, 22 years without a new album. I really wish they'd put something together, because their last album, which is pretty unknown, World Outside, is really a really good album. So with that, I'd like to hear you guys some of your guys' feedback on Psychedelic Furs. What's your album? What's your favorite album? What do you think of Mirror Moves? You've seen the Psychedelic Furs. I'm sure some of you guys out there saw them probably in their early years. So that would be really cool to hear some stories. So feel free to leave me some comments. And I think that about wraps it up. Just want to make sure I didn't forget anything I wanted to touch on. No, that's it. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing. I'll be back either Saturday or Sunday with my weekly playlist and some vinyl purchases. And if you guys haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. And I'll talk to you guys later.